not even me in Bowers Game
Hey there,
Corner.
YouTube. I'm back again for another How to Play video, and today I'm going to teach you how to play Dash Away All. This is for ages 5+ and for 2 to 6 players. So the first thing you're going to want to do is shuffle up all the cards and then deal 6 cards to each player face down. So right now I have a 2-player game set up. You're going to set all the cards in the center where everyone can reach them. Make sure you have room for a discard pile, and then you're going to randomly select one person to be the first player. So on your turn, what you're going to do is you're either going to draw the top card from the discard pile if it's a number that you need, or draw a top card from the deck. So right now we don't have a discard pile, so we would just draw the top card of this pile, and it's a 5. So what we're going to do, we're going to pretend we're this player, is we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to place this 5 card right here. Now we're going to flip this card over. If it were a special ability, we would do the special ability on the card. We'll go over the 4 special abilities in the game in a minute. But since it's a number that we do not have yet, we're going to pop it into that slot. We're going to flip over this card. And once again, we got another number we don't have. So now we count all the way over here to the 6 slot, and we're going to pop it in there. We'll flip this one over, and this one's a 2, and we keep doing this. But now we have a 1, so we can place it right there because our turn has ended. Your turn will end whenever you reveal a number that you already have, or when you get a special card and you carry out the action on the special card. So now it moves on to the next player clockwise, which in this case would be the only other player, and they have a choice. They can either draw the top card of the deck, which they don't know what it is, or they can take the 1, which they know they don't have. Now you can never draw from the discard pile if it's a card you already have, or if it's a special card. Once you've triggered a special card, it can't be used ever again. So they would most likely take this 1, plop it right here, and they have a special card. So now is a good time to talk about the 4 special cards in the game and what exactly they do. So first we have flip a card. This one's going to allow you to pick a face-up card in anyone's pile and then flip it down. So for instance, right now, I could flip this 6 right here. So now that this player has attacked this player with the flip a card, this would go up to the top of the discard pile, and this player's turn would be over, and it would move to the right to the next player. Next, we have skip a turn. Cookie break, skip any player's turn. How this works is you hand this card to someone, they put it in front of themselves, and then it stays in front of that player until it gets to their turn. Once it gets to that turn, that card goes back to the center, and then the next player after that skip player takes their turn. In a 2-player game, it's just like a regular skip card from Uno. However, with more players, you don't have to skip the person right next to you. You can skip whoever you'd want. They recommend whoever is in the lead. Next, we have the wild card. So you swap this Scout Elf card with any of your face-down cards. So let's pretend this player right here had drawn this card. They might decide, you know what, I'm going to use this as a 3. They would flip this over like normal. They'd use this as a 6, and then this would get discarded. Now, if they were ever to draw another 3, then they can put it where that wild card is, and then they can move that wild card to another spot, which in this case would have won them the game. However, wild cards cannot move unless you replace it with a number that's supposed to be there. However, they can be flipped over with flip a card effects if someone attacks you. The last action card you're going to run into is end your turn. There's a snowstorm. This one's really quite simple. If you ever reveal this card, your turn is immediately over. And I do want to clarify that all these actions take place regardless of whether or not you draw the card from here or whether or not you just happen to flip it over from here. What I mean by that is, let's pretend I drew this 2 here, and then I was like, oh, 2, and then I landed on end your turn. Well, my turn is over. Also, if I just happen to draw this from the top of the deck, boom, my turn is over. However, once someone has flipped over all their 6 cards face up in front of them, they are the winner of the game. But that's how you're going to play Dash Away All. If this helped you out, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Also, consider subscribing or supporting the Patreon as I teach new games all the time. But have some fun, and thanks for your time, YouTube. This video is brought to you by all of my amazing Patreon supporters, and I would love it if you would join their ranks and have your name immortalized in the end of many of my videos for the end of time. But consider for only $1 a month, and as always, thanks for stopping by.